how's the progress going with everything? This year a little different than last year with the competition for you. Has that really changed anything when we're looking at how far along you are now?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just going back to the basics and the fundamentals. You know, not really changing anything, but more so improving from the things that I've done wrong throughout the week. You know, and Saturday is usually the best opportunity to show coaches, you know, whether you're a freshman or whether you're a senior, an opportunity for you to show them what you can do, you know, and show them how you've progressed, you know, throughout the week. And I mean, it's game time. You know, you don't have the coaches on the field with you trying to correct you. You just go out there and you execute what you've learned throughout the week.
How much have you improved your performance from under center, and how much do you think that could actually help your enhance execution in the red zone?
We've gone under center last year. I mean, we haven't done as many passes, you know, from under center. I mean, if we have to do it this year, I mean, I don't see a big problem with it. You know, we're just going underneath center, grabbing the ball from the center and dropping back this time. So, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing for me.
Could it help in the red zone, though? You think it can help your execution in the red zone in particular?
I think just executing in general, you know, whether we're in the gun or under center, I mean, just executing the play the way it needs to be executed is the way we become successful in the red zone.
How much does it help to have a taller option in the red zone? You know, everyone talks about having that taller receiver to go to in the red zone. Just how much does that actually help?
Well, I mean, it helps, you know, when you have a receiver that can jump. I mean, whether they're tall or not, as long as they can go up and they're aggressive getting the ball, I mean, it really helps. You know, so it's one of those things where you can place it anywhere, and I mean, they're gonna go get it. So
You lost Irv. He's kind of a guy that could do that last year. Just who do you see this year that could be that guy for you?
well, it's kind of hard to compare. You know, Irv was kind of like a slot kind of guy, you know, but we needed him as a tight end. Irv kind of bulked up. I mean, he was just the man, you know, last year. I mean, we have some guys. We have Major Tennyson. We have Miller Forrestall. We have Giles Amos. I mean, I know not too many of you guys know who these guys are, but I think they're going to be a big asset to us this upcoming year.
How important is the relationship between a quarterback and a center, and how's your relationship with Chris on and off the field?
I think it's good. You know, I've said this before. When you build relationships with guys off the field, it transcends to on the field. So, I mean, there's been good occurrences where, you know, I've kind of got in his face, he kind of got in my face. But, I mean, after all of that was said and done, when we come back to the sideline, it's, hey, how was this? Was this good? Was this good? You know, and it's just a normal talk. But throughout the heat of the moment, I think that's when respect comes, you know, and I mean, you can only do that when you build relationships off the field. So it transcends to on the field, and I think in life.
And when you get in each other's faces like that, what's that normally about? What are you talking about there?
Well, it depends. I mean, whether it's messing up the protection, trying to get the ball snapped quick, not getting, I guess, the calls to the line, you know, in time, and if the coach ends up yelling at, you know, him, you know, they could get mad because I didn't do my job, and, you know, just many things, a lot of occurrences.
You hear about taking extra reps with a receiver. Do you do that with centers? Do you kind of take extra reps to get familiarity?
Nah, not really. We take, as quarterbacks, we have a quarterback center exchange before every practice, so we have the opportunity to get reps with Chris, you know, then we have Emil, and then you just go down the line with all these other guys, you know, so if one guy goes down, the next man up, just like that.
There's a stat out there where your completion percentage is 20% higher when you actually have less than 2.5 seconds to throw the ball versus having, you know, more than 2.5 seconds. And is there an advantage to getting the ball out quickly in this particular offense, you think? And is that, you think, why the completion percentage is so substantially different?
I'm not too sure. I mean, you'd like to get the ball out quick if you can. I mean, I don't want to be taking hits anymore from these big guys, you know, so I mean, you'd like to get the ball out of your hands as quick as possible.
Sure.
But then, I mean, you got to think of it in a different perspective. You know, if there's a guy wide open, there's someone about to hit you, I mean, you got to take the contact. You know, you got to be courageous about it, and make the throw, stand in the pocket, and take it. You know, I mean, it just really depends.
How did the scrimmage go for you in the offense?
How did it go?
Yeah.
I thought it went pretty well. I mean, there's always things that we can learn from, knowing situational awareness. I mean, understanding what to do while we're in the red zone. You know, just little parts of the game that we can improve on, as well as our 2-minute drill. So.
Considering it was the first time you guys were all together, was there anything in particular though that you liked?
That I liked. I liked that it wasn't script. Practices are script, so I mean, I feel like the defense matches all our plays every time we go out there. So it's a little hard for us to get open, you know. But come time to the scrimmage, I mean, there's no scripts. OC can call whatever, the DC can call whatever, so I mean, it's a lot better for us.
You've talked about the kind of the transition to the full field reads this year. What's been the biggest learning curve there? You know, biggest just kind of thing you've had to adjust to, and how much can that you think that open up the offense with so many talented wide receivers?
Well, I mean, I like to say we did a lot of, you know, that with Coach Loxley, but Coach Loxley kind of tried to simplify it because we were pretty good at the RPO, and so we just kind of stuck with that. But I mean, it's no different from when I was in high school, you know, working full progression read, and then I had the opportunity to go to the Elite 11, learn from those guys, and I mean, it just all transcends here.
How much quicker are you going through the progressions and just making decisions? I mean, I know that's an emphasis that I mean, Coach Saban seems to emphasize. Yeah.
I mean, I'm just taking what the defense gives me now, and if they're gonna give me the first read, I'm not gonna pass it up. You know, I never go broke taking a profit. So.
What can having 4 wide outs all in the field at the same time, what can that do for this offense in particular, knowing the talent you have there, and can it really open things up a little bit?
Oh yeah, it definitely opens things up. I mean, when you have 4 fast guys out there, I mean, you have Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith. I mean, these guys aren't going to play man, they're going to play zone. And if they play man against these guys, then we got to go out towards the defense. And I mean, they're going to play zone. It opens up a lot of the run game. And then when they end up stepping, you know, into the box, I mean, then that's time for RPOs, play actions. It just opens up everything. So.
How much has Najee and Brian improved as blockers, being able to protect you out of the running back position?
Oh, they've improved a lot. I mean, it's been different because of the playing time that they've been given, but you know, I think they've done a tremendous job.
You mentioned, I don't mean to get in the face, but you seemed in the open practice, it looked to me like you were maybe taking more of a role in kind of getting people in the right place.
In the beginning of the practice?
I think the open practice they saw.
In the open,
just,
in that Saturday practice.
Talk about the leadership.
Not the scrimmage, but the other Saturday practice.
For the first
Second
one.
That we got to watch.
Yeah,
I
the
don't know what
first
you're
one,
talking
yeah.
about. Well, I mean, it was just the beginning of, you know, kind of reinstalling everything, plays, formations. So you can't really expect guys to know what to do right away. I definitely think this is what camp is for, you know, so when Saturday does come, you know, like this past Saturday, I mean, that everyone was tuned in. So, I mean, it's always good to, help put everyone in the right place, you know, telling them where to go, what to do, understanding why they got to do it, and making them know that that's going to be the reason as to why we're going to become successful as an offense.
We talked about the first question about this fall compared to last fall. Are you better at that now, do you think, a year later?
Can't really tell. Last fall, that was a ways back. So, I'm not too sure. Just looking at improving myself every day as best I can. You know, I mean, just always having a little whisper in the back of my head. You know, just gotta keep pushing, gotta keep fighting, and then just take what they give me, just play it a play at a time, just move forward.
Thanks, Tua.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.